Welcome students to online classes of mathematics for class 9th. In this video we are going to study the chapter number 3, which is the coordinate geometry of NCERT textbook. I will try to cover the exercise 3.2 and this is session number 2 for this particular chapter. Myself Deepak Gautam, TGT Mathematics in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. So let's start with today's class. The chapter number 3 coordinate geometry in total have 3 subtopics, out of which we have covered the first subtopics in the previous session. Okay, today in this video we are going to look at the subtopic number 2, which is the Cartesian system. Okay, so let's start. Okay, the chapter number 3 coordinate geometry, the first thing that we have here is Cartesian system. Like I have told you in the previous class, this system is developed by a French philosopher and the mathematician named René Descartes. On his name, this system is given the name as Cartesian system. Okay, but this is also known as coordinate plane or xy plane. Okay. Okay, in chapter number 1, that is in the number system, you have studied about the number line. Okay, which is represented here. What you have already studied about number line is that on the number line, distance from a fixed point are marked in equal unit, positively in one direction, negatively in the other direction. Okay, the point from which the distance are marked is called the origin. Okay, so this is the number line. In the middle we have a 0 and this is known as the origin. Okay, on the right hand side we have the positive number, which is +1, +2, +3, +4, +5 and so on, and on the left hand side we have negative numbers, which is -1, -2, -3, -4 and -5. Okay, this is what you have already studied in the chapter number 1, number system. Okay, so this is a general representation of a number line. What René Descartes did is, Descartes invented the idea of placing two such lines. In the number line we have only a single line. What René Descartes did is, he invented the idea of placing two such lines perpendicular to each other. Okay, he has placed this line perpendicular. You can see the angle here is of 90 degree in all three cases. Okay, he has invented the idea of placing two such lines perpendicular to each other on a plane. These perpendicular lines may be in any direction such as given in the figure. So you can place these axes in the any direction. Okay, but they has to be perpendicular to each other. Okay, then we have these lines are actually obtained as follows. We have these two lines. This is the number line which is named as x and x dash. This is another number line which is named as y and y dash. In both cases, in the middle we have the origin, and on this side we have positive numbers, and on this side we have negative numbers. Similarly, in this xy line or number line, on the upward side we have positive numbers, and the downward side we have negative numbers. Okay, so what he did is, these two lines are actually obtained as follow. The two lines, calling them x dash x and y dash y. Okay, if we place x dash x, which is this one, horizontally and write the numbers and on it, and we do the same with the y dash and y by placing it vertically. So what we have done is, we have placed the x dash x horizontally and we have placed y dash y vertically. Okay, so these are the two axes. We have placed the first axis, which is x dash x horizontally, and we have placed y dash vertically. Okay, so by overlapping these two lines, we got a shape like this. Okay, so now you can see this is the x dash x axis, and this one is y and y dash. Okay, this line y and y dash is known as y axis, while this x dash x is known as x axis, and the point where the origin of both where the two lines intersect each other is called the origin O, and its coordinate is 0 and 0. Okay, that's how we got this xy plane or coordinate plane. which is given by the Rene Descartes. That's why it's also known as Cartesian system. Okay. So we have few points regarding this xy planar coordinate system, or you can say Cartesian system. It is the point where the two lines cross each other at their zero is called the origin. This is the point where the two lines cross each other is called the origin, and it is represented by capital letter O. Okay, then we have the horizontal line is called the x-axis. This horizontal line is called x-axis, which is written here. Okay, the vertical line is called y-axis. This is the vertical line and it's called as known as y-axis. Okay, the ox and oy are called the positive direction of x-axis and y-axis. This o x and this o y, these are called the positive direction of x-axis and y-axis. Similarly, this o to o dash and this o to y dash are called the negative directions of y-axis, which is given here. Okay, this is called the negative and this is called positive. Okay, direction of x-axis and y-axis. Okay, where the two lines intersect each other is called origin, and it is represented by capital letter O. The horizontal line is called x-axis and the vertical line is called y-axis. Okay, ox and oy are the positive directions of x-axis and y-axis. Similarly, the ox dash and oy dash are called the negative direction of x-axis and y-axis, which is represented in this figure. Okay, I hope you've understood this. It is a simple explanation of the xy plane or Cartesian system. Okay, we have two lines where they intersect each other is called the origin. Okay, the vertical line is called the y-axis, horizontal line is called x-axis, and this ox and oy represent the positive number. Similarly, ox dash and oy dash represent the negative numbers. Okay, this is the basic terminology involved in the Cartesian system. Okay, the two axes that we have, x dash and x, y dash and y, these two axes divide the plane into four parts. This divide the plane into four parts. Okay, the four parts are called quadrants. These four parts are called quadrants. Quadrants means 1/4. Okay, and which are numbered as 1, 2, 3 and 4. First, second, third and fourth, and we count them anti-clockwise. Like here, first is here, this is quadrant 1, then we have quadrant number 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, and we go this in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, like you know the clock, the needle of the clock move in this direction. Okay, while we count the quadrant in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, from first quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Okay, the two axes divide the plane into four regions. Each region is known as quadrant, and we name this as quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, and we number them in the anti-clockwise direction. This is, you have to remember that we number them in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so the plane is consist of axis and this quadrant. So total in this plane is consist of two axes and four quadrants. Okay, few more points that you have to understand in this Cartesian system, which is the x coordinate of a point is its perpendicular distance from the y-axis. So this x coordinate, if you take the x coordinate of any point, which is the perpendicular distance from y-axis measure along the x-axis. The x coordinate is also called the abscissa. Okay, the x coordinate of a coordinate system is known as the abscissa. This you have to remember. The x coordinate is called the abscissa. Similarly, the y coordinate of a point is the perpendicular distance from the x axis. Suppose we have a point here. This y coordinate is the perpendicular distance from the x axis. Okay. A measure along the y axis. The y coordinate is also called the ordinate. Y coordinate is called the ordinate, while x coordinate is called abscissa, y coordinate is called ordinate. Okay. In stating the coordinate of a point in the coordinate plane, the x coordinate comes first and then y coordinate. So whenever you state a coordinate, you always first say about the x coordinate, then y coordinate. That means you always mention the first abscissa, then ordinate. Okay, first you have to mention abscissa, then ordinate. That means always the x coordinate comes first while stating a coordinate, then comes the y coordinate. Okay, so that's all which you have to know before starting the exercise or the question of this topic. This is the all the basic explanation of the Cartesian system. Okay, so then let's see one question. We have example number 1 from your NCERT textbook. Question is, see figure 3.1. So we are given this figure 3.1. It says, and complete the following statement. First part is the abscissa and ordinate of the point B. Abscissa means the x coordinate, ordinate means y coordinate, okay, of point B. So first locate the point B. Point B is here. So you have to write its x coordinate and y coordinate. Like I said here, x coordinate is the perpendicular distance from y axis. Okay, so we have to write the perpendicular distance from y axis. So this is y axis. यहाँ से हम count करेंगे 1 2 3 and 4. So the x coordinate here is 4. So we'll write x coordinate, that means abscissa is 4. Okay, let me use a different color pen. Let's use red. Okay, this x coordinate is 4, and you are also write ordinate, that means y coordinate. Y coordinate, that means that the distance on the y axis, which is 3. So it is 3 here respectively. Hence the coordinate of B are, so now we have to write the coordinate of the point B. That means always we have to write the x coordinate first, that means 4. Then we'll place the comma, which is already here. Then we'll write 3. So this is the coordinate of B, in which abscissa is 4, ordinate is 3, and the coordinate of point B is 4, 3. Okay. Similarly, in part second, you are asked x coordinate and the y coordinate of point M. You have to write x coordinate and y coordinate of point M. Point M is here. So first you have to write x coordinate. Its x coordinate is here -3. So I'll write its x coordinate is -3. That means we move to the point in that direction. Okay. So after moving 3 places in the OX direction, we got the location of M. Okay. Then you have to write its y coordinate. That means now we got the upward direction for this M. That means till here. So that is +4. Hence the coordinate of M are, first you have to state this value -3, which is for x coordinate. So it's -3 and +4. Okay. Next one is the x coordinate and y coordinate of the point L. So point L is here. So first we have to write x coordinate. X coordinate means we'll start from here and move in this same direction. So till -5. So this L is lying at the -5. So its x coordinate is -5. Then we have to write its y coordinate. Y coordinate means now this point is downward, so we'll move the downward direction from this point to till here. Okay, which is -4. So y coordinate for L is -4. Hence the coordinate of L is -5, -4. Okay. Next we have to write the x coordinate and y coordinate of point S. Point S is here. Okay. So for x coordinate we have to move 3 places in the positive x direction. So it will x coordinate is +3 and its y coordinate is again downward 4 places, so it is minus 4. So the coordinate of S is plus 3 minus 4. Okay, that's how we have to locate the coordinate of a point in the Cartesian system. I hope you have understood it. Okay, moving to the next question, we have write the coordinate of the following point marked on the axis in figure 3.12. So we have this figure, we have to write the coordinate of all the points here. So the first point, let's take A. The coordinate of A is lying on the x-axis, so the value of x coordinate here is 4. So we'll write answer of part 1, right? The coordinate of AR. Okay, now listen this carefully. As this A is lying on the x-axis, so its x coordinate is, we have moved the 4 places in the OX direction. That means its coordinate is plus 4 for x. Now we have to write y coordinate, so we again start from here, but as this point is lying on the x-axis, so we are not moving in any direction on the y-axis. That means we are at the origin, so its y coordinate is 0. Okay, so if a point is on x-axis, so its y coordinate will be 0. Okay, coming to the next part, we have point B, which is here. So write the coordinate of BR. The coordinate of BR, as this now B is lying on y-axis, so we are not moving in the negative or the positive direction for x-axis, so its value on x-axis is 0, while for y we have to move 3 places in upward direction, it means in positive direction, so we'll write 3. So coordinate of BR 0, 3. Okay, now write the next point. Now we have this C, so write the coordinate of CR. Okay, again this point C is lying on x-axis, so its value on x-axis is in negative direction, which is minus 5. As it is lying on the x-axis, so its y coordinate will be 0. Okay, so this is the coordinate of C, which is minus 5, 0. Now let's see the next point, which is D. It's here, so write the coordinates of DR. Now this D is again lying on the y-axis, so if a point is lying on the y-axis, so its x coordinate will be 0, and y coordinate is in downward direction till 4 places, so it will be minus 4. So the coordinate of DR 0 minus 4. Now we have to write the coordinate of the 5th point, which is E. Write the coordinate of ER. So again E is lying on the x-axis, so its x coordinate is given here, which is 2/3. It's 2 divided by 3, comma, as this point on the x-axis, so its y coordinate will be 0. Okay, so these are the coordinate of all 5 points. What you have to understand from here is, if a point is lying on the x-axis, so its y coordinate will be 0, and similarly if a point is lying on the y-axis, so its x coordinate will be 0. Okay, I hope you understood this. Now coming to the exercise 3.2. This exercise have total 2 questions. Okay, so first question is, write the answer of each of the following question. Okay, we are given certain points, we have to answer them. First one is, what is the name of horizontal and vertical lines drawn to determine the position of any point in Cartesian plane. So you have to name the horizontal and the vertical line in the Cartesian plane, okay, which I have told earlier. So let's write its answer. Number 1 for exercise 3.2 part 1. So write the name of the horizontal axis is x-axis, while the name of the vertical axis is y-axis. So I'll write the name of the horizontal line is the name of horizontal line is x-axis. And the name of vertical line is y-axis. Okay, the horizontal line is called x-axis and horizontal line is called x-axis and vertical line is called y-axis. Okay, point second, it says what is the name of each part of the plane formed by these two axes or the line. So as I told earlier, these two axes divide the plane into 4 parts and each part is known as the quadrant. Okay, so you are now asked what is the name of each part. Okay, so we'll write the name of each part of the plane divided by axis. This axis is the plural of axis, okay, is quadrant. Like I told earlier, the two axes divide the plane into 4 parts and each part is known as quadrant. We name them as quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4 in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now come to the next point, which is third. It says write the name of the point where the two lines intersect. It's very simple. The point where the two lines intersect is called the origin. Okay, it's called the origin. So write the point where two lines, or you can say axes, intersect is called origin. Okay, so these are the answer for the question number 1. First one is the name of the horizontal and the vertical line. The horizontal line is called x-axis and vertical line is called y-axis. Second one was the name what is the name of the each part formed by the plane. The each part which is formed by the two axes is called the quadrant. And the third one is name the point where the two lines intersect. That point is called the origin. Okay, now coming to the next and the last question of this exercise. This is question number 2. It says see figure 3.14. So we have this figure 3.14. You are asked to write the following. First is the coordinate of B. So let's start with writing its answer. Question answer number 2, part 1. You are asked to write the coordinates of B. You'll write the coordinates of B are. So first locate the point B. The point B is here. Its coordinate will be, for x-axis it is in the negative direction at 5 places. So write its x coordinate is -5. As I said, always we have to write the x coordinate first. Okay, and on the y direction it is in positive direction 2 places. Okay, so write it -5 and 2. Okay, now part 2, the coordinate of C. So write the coordinate of CR. So first locate the point C, which is here. Its location is plus 5 in the x direction and minus 5 in the y direction. So its x coordinate is plus 5 and y coordinate is minus 5. Okay, now come to the next point. It is, now you have to write the point identified by the coordinate minus 3 and minus 5. So minus 3 and minus 5. So we'll start from the origin. Minus 3 means we move the 3 places in the negative x direction, which is we reached here. Okay, then minus 5 in the on y axis, so it is in the negative direction, minus 5 here. So point formed by these 2 points is E. So that point is identified as E. So write the point identified by coordinate minus 3 and minus 5 is E. Okay, next part 4 is the point identified by the coordinate 2 and minus 4. Okay, 2 means 2 places in x direction, positive x direction, that is here. Then minus 4 on the y direction, that is downward side. So we come to this point. So by this point, the point is marked as G. Okay, so write the point identified by coordinates 2 and minus 4 is G. Okay, next part number 5. You are asked the the abscissa of D. Abscissa means only the x coordinate. The abscissa of point D is the abscissa of the point D is, abscissa means we have to write only the x coordinate. So first locate the point D. It's here and its x coordinate is plus 6. Okay, now the next part number 6, it says write the ordinate of H. Ordinate means only the y coordinate. So first locate the H. H is here, its y coordinate is minus 3. So write the ordinate of the point, it's H. H is minus 3. Okay, now the next one is the coordinate of point L. Now we have to write the coordinate of point L. The coordinate of the point L is, so locate the point L. The point L is here. So as this point is lying on the y-axis, so its x coordinate will be 0 and its y coordinate is, as it's in the 5 places upward side, so it is 0 and 5. So its y-x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is plus 5. Okay, and last we have to write the coordinate of point M. So it is the coordinate of the point M is, so locate the point M. Point M is here. So its coordinate is, this point M is lying on the x-axis and it is negative side on the x-axis. So x coordinate is minus 3 and y coordinate will be 0 because it's lying on the x-axis. Okay, so we have completed the both question of exercise 3.2. Okay, I hope you have understood it. We have done the both question and the both example of this exercise. and we did the explanation of the Cartesian system or the Cartesian plane. Okay, I hope you've understood it. You have to practice this question so that you can understand them better. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Thanks for joining here. Thank you.